Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope that you're doing really well. Welcome to a brand new day of your life. I really appreciate you joining us here. Today we're going to talk about something that we've been passionate about for centuries and something that I am absolutely addicted to. That is spices. And I want to talk to you today about some spices that not only are good for your for recipes and for your food and for the things that nourish you, but also for your health. Now, there's been a resurgence really of interest in spices because we've realized through research how much value they can add to your overall well-being and your health specifically. And I want to talk to you about 5 or so spices that you can add to your diet and also to your body for extra strength during these times when you really need to have a strong immune system. And they're things that cost very little. You can buy them in the grocery shops. And I'll talk a bit about the benefits between the powders and the real thing. And pulling on an article by Sarah Brewer, who wrote this article with lots of references to research. And I'm going to talk to you like I'm going to say this is good for blood pressure, or this may be used for this for indigestion. But simply check your facts and go and check them out online, because I want to make sure that you all feel like you're in control of the information that I'm sharing with you. So we all love spices. They have been kind of on the mind of the human race for years. The spice trail, and there was a big business, before there were even airplanes and transportation, getting spices from one place to the next, having value. They were a trading commodity. And so people even way back in the distant past knew the value of spices. And now that we're of course able to buy them in supplement format, a lot of them, there's also some very strong benefits to using them in food. They can contribute to significant health improvement and benefits. So I've got some here with me that I just pulled from my cupboard, and I'm sure you've all got these in yours as well. But basically, the first one that Sarah talks about is black pepper. I don't have black pepper because everyone has pepper, right? Black pepper. But it's such a simple spice that we don't think of the value that it provides. Yes, it adds a great taste to our food, but it's a source of what they call antioxidant polyphenols. Now, all these spices that we'll talk about today have these antioxidant polyphenols, and pepper in particular has got something called it's a piperine, and it's an alkaloid that it basically is, it's hot on your tongue, but it actually does 2 things. It actually brings out the benefit in certain other foods, like the actual nutritional value, and also, like in curcumin, for example, in turmeric. Black pepper is, they recommend that you add a little bit of black pepper to a turmeric latte or a turmeric drink, because the black pepper activates that curcumin, which is in the turmeric. It also blocks the absorption of other things like cholesterol. Now, don't take my word as I said for this. Check on the research. Just type in, does black pepper absorb cholesterol, because the research is that it does. And for example, we put mostly black pepper on what? Vegetables, meats, and just basic savory foods. But Sarah says put it on strawberries. It's really good on strawberries. I've never tried this, but it's the thing about the spices that they're very versatile. The second one is cayenne pepper. Now, I do have some cayenne pepper. I actually love the color of cayenne pepper. It's like pumpkin color. It's just so autumnal, and I think we're getting into that season now. But cayenne pepper is another one that's really a great addition to food. It's super hot, or it can be, and it's due to this capsaicin, which is in the pepper, or in the powder, and it's got. I'm looking at something else here. It says that it increases your metabolic rate because the heat stimulates circulation. And that's helpful if you're trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to remember the thing here that it can burn fat faster after 3 hours of eating cayenne pepper, equivalent to like 50 calories a day. Okay, that's not like 500 calories, but it's 50 calories. It's a cookie. No, I'm just serious. It's just going to help with the overall process of burning fat and keeping your metabolism going. So that's cayenne pepper. It stimulates production of natural painkillers in your body too, according to research. And they've actually found that there's even a study that's been done with longevity in general, that in cultures where they eat a lot of cayenne pepper, there is a longer lifespan. So again, it's just a really interesting pepper. And this is like $1 or $5, whatever it is in your place. But cayenne pepper is one that I use. I use it on mostly again on foods like vegetables and spices, or in a curry. but not on fruits or anything. But who knows? It might be good. Maybe you've got some secret recipes for cayenne. So that's the next one, ginger. Okay, ginger is one of the oldest known medicinal spices. It doesn't seem to matter where you go in the world, they're using ginger. I remember when I was in Bali, they serve a drink called jamu, and jamu is kind of like the secret grandma's drink. It's like got all the nourishment in the world. It's got tamarind and ginger and turmeric and all kinds of wonderful things. Because the ginger family has a lot of plants in it, like there's a lot of different variations, and they put it in this jamu drink. But I have personally been drinking ginger in my drinks in the evening and pretty much any time in the day for years now. And I just love it. And for those of you who don't know what ginger looks like, because I buy it in the natural format, this is what it looks like. It's a root. It's a ginger root. And when you break it off, it's a really wonderful smell. It's ginger. And you just take a bit of this, you peel off the skin, grate it, put some lemon or some hot water. It's a really refreshing drink. So that's ginger. But you can also buy it like I have here in in powder form. But in general, and Sarah talks about this in her article, it's better to buy the fresh spices and then to use them. And that's one that I think was really, for me, a discovery. It's supposed to help with digestion. And I've always found it on a plane when I was traveling, I would always have a ginger ale. I don't know why, it was to calm my stomach, even though it didn't, and the ginger ale wasn't that healthy. But it's been used. You can buy ginger chews, like if your stomach is a little upset or you've overeaten, or just you're nervous about something. A little ginger chew or ginger tea is really, really soothing. Also, in the research, it's been claimed to improve diabetes, control cholesterol, and, as I said, relieve nausea. I want to make sure I'm reading my notes because I want to make sure I say the right things here, because this is stuff you might want to buy or to eat. It reduces indigestion. It's been used for poor circulation. So ginger is one of those magic fruits, and I think there are magic roots. I would say have a go with some ginger. See what you think. Another one is black cumin. Now, I honestly, until I read Sarah's article, I didn't even know what black cumin was. And I went on to iHerb, which is one of the sites I go to look at all kinds of nutrients and supplements. And yeah, it's really a thing. I mean, people use this for all kinds of different ailments, and you can use it in food. Of course, in India they use it in their curries, and I'll talk a bit in a minute about garam masala, which is a spice combination. But black cumin, warm, spicy, sweet aroma. It's a remedy for high blood pressure. 11 different clinical trials involving lots of people showed this was the case. Now, so if high blood pressure, maybe chat with your doctor about this. And of course, all these things, if you're thinking of trying them and you have any hesitation, always check with your doctor just to make sure. But ginger is one that is pretty natural, and all these are natural plants from the earth. You can add it to curries, soups, chilies. It's one of those, cumin is one of those, I've used normal cumin, green cumin, didn't know there was a black cumin, but apparently it's more powerful, both from a food perspective, it's stronger, and also from a nutritional perspective, it's good for you. Black cumin. Okay, so now my favorite, turmeric. Turmeric is, I don't know why it's my favorite. I mix it with ginger, and I really love it as a drink. I make a turmeric tea from it. I've actually got a video somewhere back on YouTube, our YouTube channel. And by the way, I've got like probably hundreds of videos on this YouTube channel on foods, nutritions, well-being. So just subscribe to the channel so you know what I've got. You can check it all out, but also ring that notification bell, because when I do these kinds of videos, you'll get a note saying Margaret's just launched a new video, and you can stay informed. But they're all on the YouTube channel, 1,800 plus videos over 8 years. I love doing them. It's a great way of talking to you. And so anyway, turmeric is great. It's meant to be, it's anti-inflammatory, so it's good for psoriasis, osteoporosis, and it reduces your cholesterol level, according to research. So you normally would put turmeric in food, lentils, curries, stews, fish, rice, but you can also put it in a drink. And I've actually got some turmeric here. Again, I get the real turmeric pieces. They're little. Now, when you break these open, I won't do it because I can't pull it, but you cut it. It's bright yellow. So when you're using turmeric, be super careful of the color on your fingers, because it is dye. You can dye a white shirt gold with the dye from turmeric. It's super, super powerful. You almost need bleach to take it off. So be careful, wear gloves, or just be careful or just don't bother if you don't mind your fingers getting a little yellow. But turmeric, that's the root, the turmeric root. Similar to the ginger, but always like little tubes. Got a whole box of them here. The final one is cinnamon. Cinnamon, I was told, well, first of all, I never really use cinnamon much because I don't do much baking, but I use the powder form, just cinnamon. It's a bark, and there's like two kinds. Like the true cinnamon comes from Cinnamomum verum. It's a tree, it's a bark, but most commercial is from something called cassia bark. So if you're interested in being purist about your cinnamon, check out the one that's from the Cinnamomum verum. Again, it's been shown to be helpful with diabetes, reduces insulin resistance. I put cinnamon now in my coffee. And I read this somewhere and I thought, well, I'll try that. And it actually works. So that's another thing. Well, it works in the sense that it tastes good. I like the taste. So that's my cinnamon. Now, I guess all these spices, you're familiar with some of them and maybe all of them. But some tips from Sarah to use them in their natural format if you can. Buy the turmeric, buy the ginger, and buy the cinnamon, make it yourself. You're going to get more value. Buy something that's maybe mixed, like the garam masala. You can go to an Indian shop and get garam masala, which has got everything. It's got black pepper, cloves, cinnamon, cumin. It's like a mixture, and they use it in all their curries. That's another way to kind of combine the power of all these. Also, she says to put them in at the end of the cooking process. Like, when we put the stew together or the curry, we tend to put all the spices in. She says to let everything else cook, let the food cook, and then add the spices at the end. I never really thought about that. And the bottom line here is if you've got any issues at all with a lot of salt, you want to cut back on salt, but you've got to reach for that salt shaker, maybe reach for cumin or cayenne or something else. Maybe you just want a little tingle on your tongue. You want something a little different. So, you can create infusions with drinks, with all these things that I've mentioned, and they're good for you and they taste great. So I hope you found this useful. I had fun recording this one because I actually am a big fan of spices. So what's your favorite spice? Leave your comment in the section below. Let's have a conversation. Hope that you've enjoyed this chat, and I look forward to seeing you back here again in the future. But thank you again for being here, for being with 60andMe. We love you. We want to support you any way we can. Keep you well and healthy. Stay safe, stay well and strong, and we'll talk to you very soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.